Eto na. Bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va? Continue natin yung discussion Evalegue dun sa episode 1. Dun sa episode 1, discuss natin, Ronald, yung yung what's happening, how much of a ceasefire is this? Is this ceasefire gonna hold? Or is this even a ceasefire at all? Or is this all signaling and noise? But sabi ko nga, mahirap na to substantiate any particular argument on that. So each of us gave our conjectures, no, educated conjectures. If we don't take in consideration two important variables, unahin muna natin yung ICC kasi Ronald, probably you have more information than me right now because you're in Europe. I don't know anong mga marites sa'yo. Is it possible that the ICC may push for warrants of arrest early this year or first half of this year, and then without any coordination with the Philippine government? Because ito yung argument ko, Ronald, if ikaw si BBM, siguro magde-negotiate ka with ICC. Alam naman ng ICC, it's a judicial body but it's not politically naive. It's not geopolitically naive, right? It takes many things in consideration. That explains why probably halos purong lahat ng mga nahuli nila so far ay hindi European, except, I don't know, some bunch of Yugoslavian people. And bakit siguro ang bilis nila nag-react dun sa Ukraine war and in-issue ng warrant of arrest kaagad si Putin, ang tagal-tagal dun sa mga ibang kaso sa Middle East and of course Philippines right now. So is it possible that behind the scenes, ICC and BBM are talking and saying, okay, ito yung gawin mong timing, and then kung ganito yung timing, siguro mas cooperate kami sa inyo in terms of enforcement. Kasi it's one thing for ICC to issue the warrant of arrest or something along those lines, or subpoena, is another thing to make sure na maging cooperative yung Philippine government. Or do you think that ICC is just gonna push its case and taking advantage of whatever situation is happening in the Philippines? Yung parang, okay, maganda, mag-away kayong unit team, pinagbigyan tayo ng konti, pero even if hindi mag-cooperate itong mga BBM na to, ipupush na namin ito. In short, are they gonna have a purely judicial approach, or there's gonna be some political negotiations behind the scenes, etc.? And what do you think is BBM's preference? What would he push for if behind the scenes there is such negotiations?
Well, tama naman yung sabi mo, Big R, no? Na hindi naman purely judicial lang yung considerations ng ICC. May mga political perspectives din naman yan. Ang problema lang, Big R, ay yung mga tao kasi sa ICC, hindi naman mga permanent yan eh. Nagbabago yan eh. Yung prosecutor nagbabago, yung mga judges nagbabago, may mga terms yan, no? At galing yan sa iba't ibang mga bansa eh. So wala akong nakikita na permanent fulcrum. Halimbawa sa United Nations na pag may gulo, may nagba-backdoor, no? May nag-uusap, no? Sa ICC wala akong nakikitang ganoon, no? Kaya kahit yung mga tao diyan ay may mga political perspectives, walang gagawa ng ganung klaseng negosasyon na sinasabi mo, no? Between the Philippine government at sila, no? Ikalawa ay may sariling time frame ang ICC. Baka dun yung pwede nating sukatin na kailan ba most probably lalabas yung international warrant. Usually, historically, yung proseso na yan ay mga 7 to 8 years. No? Yung proseso na yan. At mukhang tayo ngayon, at this point, nandun na tayo sa 7 years na yan or more. No? Kaya more or less, inaasahan na based on their time frame, based on their, sabi nga ng iba, napakabagal na proseso, mukhang hahampas yan sooner than later. No? Ngayon, dito. Tapos, ikatlo, ay mahalaga kasi itong kaso ni Digong dito sa ICC dahil ito yung first Asian na makakasuhan. No? Usually kasi yan, Africans at saka mga former Yugoslavia yung mga nakakasuhan. Ito yung first time na may Asian. Kaya hindi rin sila pwedeng mag-dili-dali dito dahil marami yung mga bumabanat sa kanila ay pinapanood, no? Na kami lang ba laging kinakasuhan, Africa? Kami lang bang Serbians ang laging kinakasuhan, no? Etc. etc. Kaya nakatingin sa kanila. No, nakatingin sa kanila. Lalo na ngayon ay may nagpaplano na mag-file sa ICC yung Israel, no? Yung Israel. So bago sila maunahan nitong Israeli-Gaza case, no? Ay kailangan na nilang i-resolve sooner than later itong kaso ni Digong, the first Asian na nakasuhan, no? Kaya based on that, no, hindi naman sila pwedeng pressurein o madaliin nyo o bagalan nyo. Duda ako kung may ganong klaseng capacity between the ICC and the government na mag-usap sa ganung level. Pero within their time frame, mukhang halos eksakto na yung preliminary investigation na maglalabas ng international warrant ay napapanahon na. At yung inamin ni former human rights lawyer na Harry Roque na bisita rito ng ICC last month, no? Tingin ko ay within that time frame.
Last month
no?
ba? Sorry, Ronald.
December.
Late November, hindi ba? Late November?
Hindi, December.
December pa, okay.
Yeah.
Pero late November, inamin ni Menardo Guevara na open sila logistically for them to come in. They're not gonna kick out.
Yes.
Something like that.
Pero yung sinasabi mo na coordination, no? Tingin ko tama naman yung sinabi ni Justice Remulla na hindi nung bumiyahe rito yung ICC, hindi naman sila nakipag-meeting, no? At least hindi pa, no? Dahil gusto ring i-maintain ng gobyerno yung kanilang independence na hindi
Plausible
naman sila
deniability. More like plausible
hindi naman sila stooge ng ICC, no? Pero pag in-issue na yung international warrant at yan ay i-implement na probably by Interpol, hindi naman pwedeng hindi samahan yan ng gobyerno. Hindi naman pwedeng hindi yan suportahan ng PNP or even ibang mga forces. Dahil pag may nangyari dyan sa implementing people na yan, sirang-sira tayo sa international. Baka nga pagbintangan pa tayo na tayo ay kakutsaba. At wala pa nangyaring ganyan. Wala pa nangyaring ganyan. Na yung nag-implement ay napahamak. So kailangan protektahan yan. Hindi lamang ng mga members ng ICC, kundi ng Philippine government kung may mag-i-implement. Lalo na, sabi nga ng Rappler, may more than 300 guns registered kay Digong. No? So tapos kung i-implement yan sa Davao, lalo
stand-off mode ang dito. Magdala ng squad.
Oo. Tapos meron pang isang zero-sum guy na nandun, si Kibuloy. No? Na kung mawala si Digong, yari siya. Diba? So, bubuhos na yung buong relihiyon niya in support of Duterte. So, medyo magulo yan. Kung hindi tutulungan ng gobyerno yung mag-i-implement ng warrant. No?
Yeah, I mean, ako naman kasi, my argument on the ICC is, remember, nag-issue sila, they called on Russia to have a ceasefire. I mean, marami silang ginawa, tas inechepuera lang sila. So, I completely agree that there's a lot of pressure on ICC to do something to show na hindi lang sila bias na purong Sub-Saharan African or, I don't know, Eastern European, ex-Soviet, ganun. But at the same time, ayaw rin nila maging mukhang tanga, di ba? Kasi, sabi natin, issue silang warrant of arrest, totally no coordination with the Marcos administration. Kasi ignore lang sila ng Marcos administration. Parang that's even worse, right? So I don't know, hindi ba pwede Chinese style split their difference? Yung mga tipong a little bit plausible deniability, a little bit coordination or feelers. Oy guys, baka naman okay na kayo, magre-release na kami in 2 weeks. I mean, I doubt na there won't be a little bit of that. Hindi kaya mid-range let's say low range or mid-range coordination, hindi full coordination.
Medyo mahirap dahil ang usapin lang naman dito ay international warrant at implementation ng international warrant, di ba? So at the minimum, kahit hindi na tayo member ng ICC, the government has to protect them. Lalo na kung may desisyon na yung gobyerno na papasukin sila. No, medyo nakakatawa yung sabi ng gobyerno na wala silang alam na pumasok dito, no? Sabi ng DOJ, medyo mahirap yon dahil yung Bureau of Immigration under the Department of Justice. So I'm sure they will know kung may
baka
pumasok,
illegal, no? Baka illegal recruiter. Baka doon sa may sa pa sila pumasok. Pwede, no?
Medyo dahil nakapasok na at nakalabas na, that says a lot. Diba? That says a lot, no? Kahit sinasabi ng DOJ na hindi namin alam kung sila ay pumasok o hindi. Medyo malabo yun. Under ng DOJ ang Bureau of Immigration. So hindi pwedeng hindi nila alam. So something is happening, no? Beyond dun sa lumalabas sa mga balita. No? Kaya ako mas naglilin ako dun sa pagtingin na natapos na yung issue sa ICC. Papayagan na yan. No? Papayagan na yan, no? At masyadong mahirap na yan ay balikan uli yung position early this year na totally sarado, hindi pa papasukin, no? etc. etc. Baka mahirap na yung gano'n, yung ping-pong na dili-dali, mahirap ng panyon eh. Masisira na yung gobyerno. Lalo na, gustong-gusto pa naman ni Bongbong na bumango siya sa international community. No? Lalong-lalo na, dahil ini-invoke ng gobyerno yung international law sa usapin ng West Philippine Sea, sa usapin ng UNCLOS.
Very good point.
So,
Very, very good
yeah.
point. Very, very good. Actually, just today, Burbeck, the foreign minister of Germany, also was here. Someone who's known as a feminist, aggressive, green type of foreign minister. So mukhang the Europeans, no, they're going all in on Marcos Jr. administration to be a partner in promotion of democratic values, human rights, and a rules-based international order. So medyo ganun ang peg natin ngayon, di ba? I mean, before we close this episode on ICC and go to the Chacha, which I think is a very important episode also to discuss. Ikaw, pagdating dito sa ICC, do you think a part of this was also US and some of the allies telling to Marcos, "Hoy, pare, pangalan mo Marcos Jr., may kaso ka pa dito sa amin. Medyo awkward, masyado kaming friendly sa'yo. Siguro naman magpakitang gilas ka ng konti. Medyo palayain mo si Leila. Medyo mag-cooperate ka naman na ICC." Do you think there's also an aspect to that of more than gentle, probably nudge from Western
I
partners
think
who are awkwardly
posible.
embracing Marcos so tight, di ba?
Posible dahil nasa gitna naman tayo ng the great game no? The game of the superpowers. Kaya hindi ko i-underestimate yung influence nila or at least attempts to influence yung ating local politics. Pero in this case, halimbawa, yung kay Laila, matagal ng low-hanging fruit yan for BBM no? Ang dominant lang diyan kung bakit hindi niya kaagad pinakawalan si Laila ay dahil dun sa unity team. No, dahil dun sa yun, nung nawala na yung unity, mabilis na yung hindi nila ipe-pressure yung judiciary, hindi nila pe-pressurein yung mga prosecutors na i-delay yung bail. Lalo na wala nang witnesses or almost ubos na yung witnesses. So, tingin ko it has less to do with pressure ng US. Bagaman may mga resolution yung US Congress, US Senate,
Senate,
no,
yeah, Senate especially.
European Parliament, IPU, marami na yan in the past few years. No? In spite of that, ang tingin ko, ang main decision pa rin ni BBM na huwag makialam dun sa proseso dahil kung hindi siya makikialam, talagang bibigyan ng bail si Laila dahil wala nang witnesses Tsaka mahina naman talaga yung case from the start. No? Wala namang corpus delicti, wala namang smoking gun, wala
Medyo sabog masyado yung
walang
kaso.
drugs, walang pera, walang ebidensya na nakapile.
Joke time yung kaso. Yeah.
Dun sa kaya at tapos sinabi ng mga witnesses na pinipressure sila ng Secretary of Justice, no, etc. So talagang from the start ay pwede naman niyang gawin ni BBM. Hindi lang niya magawa because of the unity team. At nung wala na yung unity team, ginawa na niya. Pinakawala na niya. Tingin ko yun, mas yun yung dynamic dito. Has less to do with the bagamat meron, has less to do with the pressures from the superpowers. No? At least dito sa usapin nito. No?
Right. So you think even a gentle nudge probably was not needed. Now, last point on this. There's of course the aspect of Kibuloy and SMNI. I don't know about the bloggers. Maybe they don't matter as much. If the ICC warrant of arrest is going to come and you're expecting some resistance, etc., do you think the government will also move on the Kibuloy issue, the FBI and warrant of the arrest, whatever, and also wanted list, diba? And also the SMNI issue na. Kasi diba, that will be one of the ways na the pro-Duterte camp might fight through their sympathetic media channels, etc. Do you think na pwede nila isabay lahat yon? Diba? Pwede yan, diba? I mean,
susubukan nila, pero
all in na, diba?
Susubukan nila, pero mismo kasi yung SMNI ay under attack no? Mismo yung entablado na yon ay baka hindi nila magamit ng husto, di ba? Kahit ini-invoke nila ang press freedom, kahit ini-invoke nila ang harassment, no? Tingin ko mahihirapan sila na gamitin yung entablado na yon. At saka ibang kaso yung kay Kibuloy no? Yun pwedeng mangyari anytime Extradition yun mag-request lang yung US ng extradition, no? Mahihirapang tumanggi yung gobyerno dahil clearly ay merong ganong klaseng treaty na existing, no? Hindi yan ICC na may gray area na pwede ba, hindi ba pwede dahil umalis na tayo. Yung sa extradition, very clear yan. At medyo malalim yung kaso, no? Pedophilia, rape, no? Money laundering, no? Human trafficking. Medyo seryoso ang US sa ganyang klaseng mga kaso. No, hindi yan basta-basta lang at mahirap yan i-negotiate politically. Dahil may independence naman yung judiciary ng US sa kanilang political system. No? Kaya bagaman tingin ko ay they will welcome yung arrest ni Digong na ang tingin nila siya yung foothold, siya yung main supporter ng China sa Pilipinas. No? I-welcome nila yan. Pero kung magkakaroon sila ng active role dito sa ICC, they're not even a member of the ICC. Diba? Hindi sila miyembro niyan. Kaya at lalo na ngayon na yung dinedepensahan nila, yung Israel, pwedeng makasuhan sa ICC, tingin ko malabo.
Imminent yung decision na yan, di ba? I think imminent yung decision, yung first decision on. And whether
Kaya malabo na
first
yung
ceasefire ng
US
ICC.
ay mag-negotiate with the ICC sa usapin ni Digong, no? At sa usapin ng international warrant. No? Tingin ko merong sariling buhay na yan na basically dominated ng ICC, lalo-lalo na hawak na nila yung smoking gun. Hawak na nila si Las Cañas, no? Hawak na nila. Kaya seryoso na sila, no? Seryoso na yan. Hawak na nila no?
Thank you so much for that, Secretary Almas. Next episode, let's talk about Chacha naman. This is very important. I thought pwede natin squeeze in, pero actually yung ICC pa lang, ang daming angle. Actually, maganda itong discussion natin kasi we didn't talk about the logistics and the geopolitics of ICC decisions also. It doesn't mean the ICC is not fair. We're just saying hindi rin sila tanga. They take into consideration many factors. So I really appreciate your intervention on that point. Thank you very much, sir.